Hello, I'm Dr. Tony. I want to thank you for visiting my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell. I'm trying to post twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. So here's the story today. I have a patient that is doing a training right now, and she had texted me saying that she's going to be taking a certain task to wish her luck. And made me think, what does the word luck mean? And how does luck relate to the big 4 process? Your spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. Well, luck, I guess in one way, doesn't exist. What luck is when opportunity meets awareness. Now, what does that mean? You can only be as aware of who you are that you had taught yourself from your past experiences. Opportunities are all around us. But the awareness of the opportunity is what luck is. When you wake up one day and you have your normal day, you may have passed 20 opportunities. A perfect example of this is when you get a new car. All of a sudden you see the same car all over. Car is always there. It's just that you never was on the same vibration of awareness. So what I told this patient was that you don't need luck because you recognize the opportunity of taking this, and you recognize by the awareness of who you are. Awareness is when you connect with opportunity and you create luck. Luck doesn't come to you, you create your own luck. So that's what's so important. So why then would a person say, I'm lucky? No, this person is changing on a daily basis to recognize the opportunities that are being put in front of them. You know, again, you can't practice the same day of experience every day. That's not 20 years of experience. That's 20 years of being a 9-to-5er. 20 years experience is when you do 20 years of different things, of excitement, growing. So why would someone not be aware? Fear. It's always fear. You know, it's funny, I'm on this committee right now about putting together a party, and these people are still thinking like they did 30 years ago because things are different. And if you become aware of different things, you won't worry about stupid little things. People still think of the same problems that they had 30 years ago. You know, let me tell you something about poor. Being poor is a state of mind, not a state of being. It's a state of mind. If you think you're poor, you are going to pass up every opportunity that comes to you to become wealthy. Awareness. Because you're not aware of it, that you don't have to be poor. It's a state of mind, not a state of being. So you have to grow within yourself. So how does that fit in with the big 4 process? Well, how many people say growing up, my father said, what do you think? Money grows on trees? Yeah, it does. Grows on trees. Oh, you can't buy that, it's too expensive. No, that's process that you were taught. Remember again, and I always will bring this up, between the ages of birth and 7 years old, you're just absorbing. So if you're hearing growing up at 4 years old, 5 years old, you can't afford that. What are you, cheap? I'm not buying that. Because again, you are a spiritual being. And the spiritual being you are, you have a thought. The thought creates a mental image. The mental image produces an emotion, and with that emotion, it affects your physical body. 4 different vibrations, the big 4 process. Actually, I kind of think I might be changing the name of this because people don't quite understand what the big 4 process is. It's a combination, the blending of these 4 aspects of who you are to create a paradigm shift, to alter matter, spontaneous healing. It's whatever you are. So if you're growing up, and as you're growing up, your father says, you can't afford that. You're never going to get into medical school. You're never going to do this. You're never going to drive an expensive car. Then you never will. And always remember this, it's not about the car. It's not about the spending the money. You don't do that because you want the new car. You do that because you can do that. If you're buying a new car to impress someone, then you're a loser. You're a loser. You don't do that. You bought a new car because you want it. So going back to the big 4 and luck. So if you think poor thoughts, you'll never change that. So just say, again, the big 4 process with the cards. So if you write on a piece of paper, what blocks me from being wealthy? What blocks my subconscious? Because it's a subconscious that is keeping you down, not the conscious mind. Remember, nothing's missing in your life. It's only misplaced in your soul. Your subconscious is your reality, and your conscious mind, your dreams. Oh yeah, I can picture myself driving a new car. Well, if you don't do nothing about it, You ain't getting it. Meditate all you want. Meditate on a new car and see how many times you wake up tomorrow morning, there's a new car in your driveway. Meditate on having money in your bank account. Yeah, no one's going to put it there because that's only one aspect of you. That's just your mental. You're just thinking. You need to combine all four together. You need to do a physical action. You need to have emotion. And that's another thing. People say, well, you need to feel the emotion of being rich. That's bull. How many people can tell me what it feels like to be in a full body cast? A full body? You can't unless you've been there. You think you know what it feels like. So to think what you feel like when you're rich is a little more difficult. You can do what you think it is and train the subconscious, but you really don't know. Because if you won $1 million tomorrow, you may be a completely different, you may have a nervous breakdown. So what we want to do, so again, the Big Four process is, again, we hook up the sacred geometry, put that over your heart. That's going to connect you to the aspects of it. First, you pick out your mental aspect. And again, let's just pick one out. Here's one. Because I wrote down on a piece of paper, you would write down, why am I poor? Why can't I think healthy thoughts or rich thoughts? So why am I poor? So then you pick out the emotion, and let's just pick one out here. Let's pick anyone, this one. Let's pick out where it's blocked in the body. Pick out this one, and let's find a specific location point. We'll pick this one out. So now, why am I poor? Let's see what will come up with this. It's the fifth energy center. I speak. Love. It's a central vessel, and green is right here. So actually, the blocked physical point is right here. That's the blocked physical point. The mental point is I speak, one of the seven. The emotion is love. So when you say heartache, so if I see this with a patient, what they think having money is heartache, because we have to switch the heartache to love. So what they would say is to be wealthy. So we have the first, let's go back, we have the mental, emotional, and physical. Now we're going to combine all four together with spiritual. So in this case, we'd have the person would sit back, and again, it's done. I'm doing it quick because of this, but again, when you purchase the cards, I'll do a personal Zoom session with you as of now. Okay, so we have the mental. I speak. So I already know that someone is a speaking problem. Maybe a parent told them they're always going to be poor, but it's heartache. Maybe, in this case, maybe a parent told them that money's nothing but heartaches. If you have a lot of money, you have a lot more problems. All bull anyway. It's what you make it, because again, you are what your subconscious thinks you are, and that's what we're going to change the Big Four process. So in this case, the person would be sitting back saying, I speak of love as I become wealthy. I speak of love as I become wealthy. Now, what you're saying that, as you're saying that to yourself, as we're blending the four vibrations together, I speak of love as I become wealthy. You can visualize the money coming to you. And you can then visualize the block point right here. You can visualize all of the statements that your father said to you, or who the hell ever said these statements to you. You can feel it draining. And you say, I speak of love as I become wealthy. I speak of love as I become wealthy. I want to see the opportunities coming to me. I'm no longer going to think poor thoughts. So that's what you're going to do with the Big Four process. So again, this is very important. So review. Opportunity is awareness. When you have awareness and opportunity, that's what luck is. You're not lucky because you are blocking your awareness because of some stupid subconscious thought that was put into your mind when you're between birth and 7 years old. And let's switch that. And that's what we do with the Big Four process. Again, I want to thank you. Any questions, because I'm getting questions, email to questionforhealth@gmail.com. My website is findyourblocks.com. I enjoy doing this. Please send this to anyone that you might think is interested in this information. And again, the Big Four process. It is a combination, it's a blending. And it's the only one that puts the spiritual, the physical part together. Again, so thank you for watching, and until next time.